Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Jed Sanders here. Another lunch break. Today's new episode is something new. I'm gonna do I wanna call it like a legendary fighter spotlight, something like that. We'll work the name out in the title. But I've watched MMA for a long time. I've watched UFC for a long time. And everybody's got a fighter that brings them into the sport, a fighter that they just, once they watch, they're hooked for life, whatever fight it is. But the one guy that got me into this sport was the first Ultimate Fighter season winner, Diego the Nightmare fucking Sanchez, or the Dream, whichever one y'all want to call him. Diego the Nightmare fucking Sanchez, man. For y'all that aren't familiar with the boy Diego, he's a legend. He's a collegiate wrestler. He went to college for wrestling. Did his thing, and he won the first Ultimate Fighter season. And so this guy right here, one of the first fights that I want you guys as fans to go check out is his fight with Clay Guida. Now, some of those who know will know that this fight was one of the greatest fights of all time. All heat. Diego came out. They him and Diego, Clay Guida and Diego, their stare down, fucking intense. Just you see them having a mean face contest, and it was amazing. Good fight, legendary fight. Started out crazy. As soon as the bell rang, you just seen Diego run across the fucking octagon and just start throwing punches. And dude, oh my God, Guida is a wild man. He utilizes wrestling in the second round, later rounds. But boy, I'll tell you, man, that fight right there, the way it starts and then the way it just keeps going, amazing fight. I recommend y'all go check that out. Diego Sanchez versus Clay Guida. Another fight that I'd like to bring some spotlight to as well would be Diego Sanchez versus Caro Parisian. Now that fight, if you are if you're anti-wrestling, anti-grappling, go back and watch this fight, and you might not be anti-wrestling, anti-grappling anymore. This is an amazing fight between two different grapplers. You got a judo fighter in Caro Parisian and Diego Sanchez, an all-American wrestler. Man, that boy Caro had some amazing trips, amazing tosses and throws in that fight. There was even a moment where they flipped over and Diego landed right on his head. But Diego weathered the storm, made a huge comeback in that fight. And, man, even near, I believe it's the third round. In the third round, Caro Parisian gets caught with a knee, and his tooth goes flying out of his mouth. And insane. I still remember watching that with my dad, and my dad telling me, like, look, his tooth's flying. It's crazy. And that was insane seeing. Amazing fight. Diego Sanchez versus Caro Parisian. Another fight that I think highlights a good Diego fight would be Diego Sanchez versus Paulo Thiago. Some of y'all might not know who Paulo Thiago is. Hell, some of y'all might not even know who Diego Sanchez is. But, in that fight, man, Paulo Thiago was a big, scary dude. He came in. I would say he was winning that first round. But in the second round, something snapped. Diego came back, showed all his heart, the wrestling. Man, I'm telling you guys, Diego's scrambles used to be some of the best scrambles to watch. I don't know if you guys can find the full fight with him versus Paulo Thiago, but if y'all do manage to, I'm telling you guys, all of these Diego Sanchez fights from before, CTE started rolling around, but Diego Sanchez, bro, if you listening, dude, you got a real fan right here, bro. I've been rooting for you since the beginning. Anywho, next fight I want to talk about with Diego would be Diego Sanchez versus Gilbert Melendez. Now, oh my God, You guys talk about some straight up Mexican warriors. These two dudes went out and laid it all out. They went out there and they fucking banged it out, dude. Straight up. It was an amazing fight. Back and forth. You see Diego throughout the fight making his mean faces. You see him biting down, just swinging. God, dude. And then in the third round, Diego manages to drop Gilbert, but instead of going for the finish, chooses to go for a fucking guillotine, and it just, or he went for a rear naked choke, but he was all bloodied up. He shouldn't have done that. He should have just ground and pounded, but it is what it is. I was rooting for Diego in that fight as well, but man, he did so good. I wasn't mad that he lost that fight. But you know, even though he didn't win that fight, please go check these fights out. Diego Sanchez versus Gilbert Melendez. And so, you know, that's all I wanted to talk about today in today's video, was a little spotlight on that boy Diego Sanchez, because I know a lot of you guys aren't familiar with some of these older fighters, and I feel like, you know, with these next 6 weeks with nothing going on, I can put some of y'all on these fighters, man. So my first fighter showcase, my first fighter show that I wanted to give some spotlight to is the legendary Diego Sanchez, the nightmare, the dream. You know, he went through a lot of fucked up shit with that motherfucker Fabia, but we ain't gonna talk about it too much, man. All I know is that dude's a fucking hoe, and fuck you for doing that to my boy Diego. So, you know, anywho, y'all like, y'all subscribe, comment, share it, send it to your grandma, send it to your uncle who might be like, oh yeah, I remember Diego Sanchez, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, just keep on fucking with the shiznit, and we're gonna keep on getting it, you know what I mean? So help your boy out. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get out of this field, man. I'm trying to live comfortably so I can buy my fucking kids and wife a house, and you know, I ain't gotta do this all day. So, but anyways, it's your boy. I'm gonna keep on posting. I'm gonna keep on uploading because I love doing this. You know, I don't care if I got a lot of I don't care if I don't got a lot of followers, man. I do this for the love. So, y'all keep it real.